We nailed Morris' captaincy last game week, let's see if we can nail it again this game week. First up is Haaland against Arsenal away. That is a difficult fixture at the Emirates, but is there a difficult fixture for City? Is Haaland fixture proof? Challenging him is Son against Luton away. That's an easy fixture, and you can say the same about Salah against Brighton away. That used to be difficult from an attacking perspective, but you'll see later on in the video, it's not quite that at the minute. First, we'll start by taking a look at the non-penalty stats per 90 minutes for this season. Straight away, we can see that Son's got the highest return points per 90 minutes, but to be fair, he's got the least promising underlying stats, so his stats probably will regress. He's overperforming them completely, but obviously he is still a good finisher, so he is expected to slightly overperform anyway. In all fairness to Haaland, his underlying stats are more promising, and he's a pretty good finisher himself, we all know that, so looking at these stats, he's got the most promising numbers out of all three players. In all fairness to him, his stats are even better than what they look on the screen, but we've got to make it cater for FPL. He gets one less point per goal scored compared to the other two players. That applies to XG as well. That's all been factored in the calculations. They're the non-penalty stats. Haaland and Salah look to be on penalty duties. However, as for Son, I'm not really sure who's going to be on penalty duties for Spurs. It doesn't look like Son's got a good penalty record. Maddison and Richarlison have got better records, so I do think it's more likely to be them, but Son is the talisman currently at Spurs, so you never know. As for free kicks and corners, Haaland and Salah don't take either of those. As for Son, it looks like he might take the odd direct free kick here and there, but he has got competition in Porro and Maddison. Although there's a slight doubt over Son set pieces, he's got the highest anytime goal score odds and the highest anytime assist odds, so he's got the highest anytime return odds overall by quite a margin. If we consider the weighted odds, he's even further ahead of Haaland because he gets an extra point per goal scored. The points projections are all over the place this game week. Son's got the highest overall on FPL Review with 6.4. However, on Fantasy Football Fix, it's Haaland who tops the charts with 6. If we average out the points projections, it's actually Son who's got the highest overall with 5.8, Haaland's on 5.5, Salah's just behind on 5.45. By comparing the opposition's defence, we can see how difficult of a fixture it is for Haaland against Arsenal away. The Gunners have been expected to concede and have conceded less than 1 goal per 90 minutes. That's incredible. On the other hand, Son and Salah have easy fixtures. Yeah, they both play away from home as well, but the opponent's difficulty is much easier. I would say Luton's an easier opponent than Brighton, not just because of the clean sheet odds, or the fact that they're expected to concede 0.2 goals more per 90 minutes. Obviously, this is based on quite a small sample size of data, and I would say that Luton's defence is rated worse, but we'll see about that as time goes on. Whilst we're on the topic of defences, Spurs have the second highest clean sheet odds this game week. Don't forget Son's a midfielder, so he could get an extra point for the clean sheet. Liverpool's clean sheet odds aren't quite as high, but there's still potential there for Salah to get a clean sheet point, and it is still an advantage over Haaland because he's a forward. Before we draw up a conclusion, I'm going to carry out a quick risk assessment. Son's had an ample amount of resting time with a full week. To be fair to Salah, yeah, he only played 3 days ago, but he only played half a match, so I don't think that's going to cause any problems. As for Haaland, he played 4 days ago for 90 minutes, but he seems pretty fit, and you can see that in the expected minutes. I would say that I've not got any concerns over the fitness of any of these 3 players, but I am concerned about Son getting subbed off early in the last match. I really hope he's not carrying an injury. Whilst this video has been recorded, Postecoglou hasn't yet had his press conference for Spurs, so obviously if there's any problems with Son, I would pick one of the other 2 players. For me, that would be Salah, but all things considered, with all the information we've seen, I'm going to captain Son this game week. There is a twist to that though. Spurs and Luton are the first kick-off of this game week, so we'll probably get leaked team news. If we get leaked team news that Richarlison's starting up front, I'll probably buy and captain him. If you've made it to this point in the video, you've clearly found it informative. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more videos like this.